Wait, I can't hear you.
Yo, people,
I
what
can
you
hear you. I
telling
can
me
hear you. I can hear you.
again for another Red Talk Monday, Faz? What you telling me, my bro?
Good afternoon, I guess, first and foremost.
What you
Good
telling me?
afternoon, man. Bro, it just gets bad to worse, innit? It gets bad to worse. It just doesn't stop. Is my mic okay or is my mic too loud?
Yeah, your mic's fine. Mic's
Mike's
fine.
fine, yeah. I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Listen, detached from Manchester United, detached from football. Honestly, it's just a chore now. It's become a chore, bro. It's become a chore watching Manchester United, bro. Honestly, it's bad to worse. It's bad to worse, bro. Bad to worse.
I hear you, bro. Like, you know what? It's mad because I can't lie. Yesterday just pissed me off, and it's one of them ones where it's not the loss, bro. It was the manner of the loss that pissed me off. Like,
It was a pamming.
I think people are mistaken, my issue with the loss, because the thing is, bro, like, we've lost loads of games under this manager, so losing is not really an issue, but it's how you lose, bro. Like, there's ways to lose football matches, and it's one of them ones where there's so many things wrong with what's going on right now at the football club that people are saying, oh, like, how are you blaming the manager, or how do you know what I mean? How have you given up on the manager already, bro? It's been 6 months, 6 whole months. You don't need 6 months to know if someone's doing a good job or a bad job. You don't need 6 weeks to know if someone's doing a good job or a bad job. Let's be completely honest, bro. Like, in life in general, like, the reason why people have coined this new manager bounce thing, is because normally when a good manager comes into a club, there is a reaction, there's a quick turnaround. That's where this bounce comes from, because we are aware that generally when a manager comes into a club and they start to do the right things, it shows almost immediately. This is where this new manager bounce thing comes from. We didn't get a bounce, bro. Not only did we not get a bounce,
we thought we were gonna when we had the result over City and Liverpool. We thought we were gonna.
Yeah, but not only did we not get a bounce, but he's taken us backwards in every metric. And people are still asking me why I shouldn't be giving man more time, bro. Like, what are you talking about, bro? That don't even make no sense. You see, in life, one of the most important skills in life, is knowing when to A, walk away, or 2, pull the trigger, bro. Like, even in business, do you know what I mean? Even if you're in the casino, even if you won some money, bro, knowing when to leave is a skill, bro. Because certain men win money and lose all of it in the same night. You know what I'm saying? Like, man needs to understand that knowing when to leave, is a key skill that a lot of people don't have. Leave a relationship, leave a job.
Are you basically saying addicts, basically?
Business? Yeah, but bro, some people are addicted to pain, Faz. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some people are addicted to pain and suffering.
Yeah.
The adversity in life, it makes them feel alive. It makes them think they're achieving something. Do you know what I mean? Certain people think that struggle is normal in every aspect of life. It's not. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, certain things are not supposed to be hard, bro. It's just like when people are in certain relationships and they're like, oh yeah, all relationships are hard. Bro, there's different degrees of hardship, bro. When you're beefing your gal every day, this is not healthy, bro. This is not love. It's not passion. It's not that, bro. It's a dysfunctional relationship. That's what it is, bro. Certain men think that, relationships are hard, bro. There's different degrees of difficulty, bro. This manager's getting basic things wrong. It's not meant to be this difficult, bro. Look at what David Moyes has done at Everton. In the same time he's been at Everton, he's won more games, amassed more points, conceded less goals, and scored more goals, bro. And he doesn't have his own players. He doesn't have his own players.
And Everton's squad isn't better than ours.
And it's not.
It's not better than ours.
So what are we doing?
They've not gone on a mad recruitment run. They've not hired mad backroom staff. They've not, you know what I'm saying? They're basically nowhere near us in terms of inside and outside. They're nowhere near us. You can't say Everton have big name players. They've not got new keepers. They've still got Pickford, who's not rated really that highly. In terms of their forwards, one of their key forwards, Calvert-Lewin, isn't even available. So yeah. They've got Chelsea reject Broha playing for them. So you know what I'm saying?
Man said patience is a part of life. No, it's not, bro. Like everything has context, bro. Certain men are being patient, bro. They've been patient with their rap career for the last 6 years, bro. Still trying to take off, bro. Sometimes you need to know when to walk away and get a proper job, mate. You know them ones. All this patience is a load of bollocks, bro.
There's two sides to a coin. Listen, yesterday the emotions were very high because of the way we lost it. Them individual mistakes really, really cost us, and 100% AMORIM has to be held accountable. I think it's just got to the point where people are waiting for someone to say out, and then they can make their mind up whether they want to go with that kind of narrative or not. You know, they like who's going to start the snowfall effect, the domino effect of this manager's regime now. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I think the Eric regime really took a toll on the fan base. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally, more than anything. Emotionally, it took a toll. I think getting rid of Ruben is going to be a lot easier for the fan base. They'll be like, you know what? Results were bad. It didn't work. So if they end up sacking him, for me, I'm looking at Ineos in terms of if they know better, then because I've said it, I put my hands up, said, Rants, yo, community, I'm not qualified. Word to Musa. Yo, after yesterday's performance, I'm not qualified, bro, because 3 at the back, 5 at the back, the midfield partnerships, the front line partnerships, nothing seems to be working for Manchester United. No way it seems to be working. It's a whole load of mishmash. Always it's a mishmash. If Ineos know better and they are running their business how they want to run it, they've hired the right people, fired the wrong people, and they're doing trial and error. Let's see if they're going to do the trial and error this summer with the managerial position. If Ineos have any aspirations, they will just pull the trigger this summer. You know what I'm saying? They'll pull it. They won't wait around. They won't mess around and say, listen, we have invested so much money into this club. We've brought you in middle of the season. The fact on paper is you haven't been able to show us anything with the quality of players that we have. Nothing, really and truly nothing. So we're pulling the trigger for you. And if Ineos pull the trigger, I don't think there's going to be an emotional toll like there was when it was Eric. I don't think so. Because Eric really got free reign. And there's nothing to say because Eric got free reign, Ruben has to get 600 M's. There's nothing to say that.
Yeah,
you know, different time, different context, different.
And also, he was brought in as a head coach, so he was never going to get the same. He was never going to get the same opportunities that Ten Hag got in terms of selecting players who he wanted, spending that money. He was never going to get that. And also, it's a different ownership as well. So there's a different budget. There's a different way to do transfers. So he was never going to get a similar opportunity to what Eric Ten Hag had.
Yeah.
So that's not even that's neither here nor there. But also to address this bollocks anyway, because man's saying, oh, what did you think AMORIM, what made you think AMORIM would succeed and all this, bro? I've seen loads of people talking like they're psychic or anyone's psychic or anything like that. Let me just tell you something, at most football clubs, when a new manager comes in, the fans are excited. Period. It doesn't matter who you are, bro. Like, just like Everton fans would have been excited that David Moyes was coming back when Sean Dyche left, bro. And it's David Moyes. Do you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, change usually excites people in football. Whether it's new players, new managers, whatever. People are allowed to be fucking happy. And if it's not working out, people are allowed to say, you know what? I thought this was going to work and it didn't. Period, bro. That's it. That's it. Man are saying, oh, I wasn't part of the guys saying that Ruben Amorim was going to be successful. So fucking what, bro? Do you know what I mean? Now we're in the same boat, regardless, whether you like it or not. So whether or not you thought he was going to be successful or not, we're all here now.
What that tells me, Ransabi, what that tells me is, as a viewer, you watched me with my opinion. You didn't have your opinion. So now you are cussing me out for my opinion. Because if you had your own opinion, wouldn't you have been also excited for Ruben? And if you had your own opinion, wouldn't you also be upset with the performances? So why are you upset at me for giving my opinion? Only difference is I gave it on camera. And I said, I'm very much excited. Change. Of course, people are sick of Dallo. And I said, people will get sick of Mazraoui. Yesterday, one of the goals was because of Maz. But people are more upset with Dallo because he slipped a couple of minutes before. Didn't lead to a goal, but
I'll be honest, the Mazraoui slip, I sympathize with him.
But he's giving away a penalty as well, don't forget. Before. Early this season.
Okay, yeah, I'm not talking about earlier this season. But all of our players make mistakes. I'm talking about
Right.
yesterday. Like, look, people talking about his slip leading to the goal yesterday, bro. There were so many layers, yeah. There were so many errors in that goal, bro. Like, we can talk about the defensive shape of the team in the first place, bro, because I'll be real, yeah. Where Maz slipped, that was near the halfway line. You're not supposed to slip on the halfway line, yeah, and concede a goal from that.
Really,
So,
yeah.
so that tells you that the shape that this manager sets up is wrong anyway. And if you look, yeah, at how this team sets up, because the manager plays free at the back and he plays his right and left centre back like right backs, the gap between the right centre back and the centre back is so big, bro.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like
We're not
that's the man.
compact.
Yeah, we're not compact at all. That's the manager's shape. That's how he's choosing to play football. Like, look, why is there so much space in between each player on the pitch when we play football?
And
Like,
originally, when we were getting him, I remember me and you were saying that, you know, playing three at the back will actually have the whole squad, whole team more compact.
it was
I
supposed
remember
to.
I had the
Yeah.
coaching thing. We did the little lineup stuff, and we said, "Yo, it stops players having to cover too much ground." I remember very clearly we were doing that, but now it's the opposite, where players are having to cover shit ton of ground. The space between
Because
the
of
two
how the
centre backs.
manager interprets the system, bro.
I
Do you
seen
understand what I'm saying?
people are cussing out, for example, people are cussing out Dallo for one of the goals that we conceded yesterday, but Garnacho's dragging his feet and running. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but my man never ever puts in a shift when tracking back. Never.
No,
The
no, there's
same
no
metric.
vim. There's
The
no
same
vim.
metric they used for Rashford not tracking back. I remember they say Rashford doesn't track back. Rashford doesn't track back. He jogs like, you know, half like jogging, dragging his studs are, you know, dragging on the grass. I don't know if you guys notice how he runs when he doesn't have the ball. Watch how he runs, yeah, with his belly out, like with his chest out like this, just, you know, half dragging. He doesn't go like Anthony would have helped Dallo, for example, and consistently track back and put in a shift and get tackles. And that's one thing we liked about Anthony. He puts in a graft. You see Garnacho, he don't close his man. When Man United wingers have the ball, for example, if Ahmad has the ball, you see opposition teams hard double up. They press, they squeeze.
There's no aggression. Yeah, when Garnacho runs to defend. When he's running forward and he's trying to score goals, he's got his head down and he's motoring. Yeah. When it comes to defending, bro, he's kind of all half-hearted and it's labored, bro. Like it's obvious. Like even the one with Elanga, I'm like, bro, just foul him. Just foul him. But there wasn't enough
yellow
energy.
card.
Yeah, bro. But there's not the same. There's not the same energy to defend that there is to attack, and that comes from the culture, bro. But that comes from the culture at the club.
Is it not too recent? Is it Lyon game as well? A couple of games. I think the Elanga one is definite, where Elanga just said, "Yo, move, man."
He just dashed man on the floor, bro.
Yeah, and there was another one as well, a couple of games ago. I think it was just Lyon game or something, where man just said, "Yo, move, man, get off me." Joe Wellington as well yesterday. Obviously, Joe Wellington's massive.
Joe Wellington was treating him like a child, bro. And to be fair, he is a child compared to Joe Wellington.
Yeah, he is. But you know, at the end of the day, he doesn't show that he really wants to win that ball back. He doesn't show he really wants to grab hold of that ball. Guess what? Funny example. How come Amad Diallo is able to win ball back from players 3 times the size of him? Please.
Yeah, it's the tenacity. He actually wants to win it back, bro. Like it's the attitude at which he approaches trying to win the ball back, bro. Do you know what I mean? But again, that comes down to the culture at the club, that comes down to the coaching or lack thereof. It comes down to so many different things. When I look at the way this team's set up here, you can't not blame the manager for how we're conceding goals, bro, because the spaces are like man is saying. I see Staffy post something saying, 4 individual errors cost us goals. Bro, these errors come from the fact that the team's not set up properly. That's where these errors come from. The team not being set up properly, and also the manager picking the wrong players in the wrong positions in the first place. You do not play a double pivot of Ugarte and Eriksen against the Newcastle's midfield of Joe Linton, Tonali and Bruno G, bro. Like, what in the world would even make you think about doing that, bro? Like, do you know what I mean? That's the most physical midfield in the league, by the way. In the league, that midfield three. And he played Eriksen in there, bro. Like, no disrespect to Eriksen, because on the ball, cool. But off the ball, he ain't going to give you nothing in against a midfield like that. And then Ugarte is not good on the ball anyway, bro. Like, and this is the maddest thing when we're looking at it, yeah. And then you've got lightweight Garnacho in one of the 10s, and Bruno in the other 10, when Bruno should have been in the pivot, bro. So when you're looking at it, yeah, if we actually had 4 midfielders playing in that box there instead of having Garnacho, yeah, and when we lost the ball, we actually dropped and made it a 4 versus 3 in midfield, we might have been able to kind of be all right. Do you know what I mean? Because Arsenal done something similar against Real Madrid with Marino playing in the false 9, and he dropped in to kind of make a 4 versus 3 in midfield, and they dominated. But the way we set up here defensively when we lose the ball is horrible, bro. The gaps in the pitch here are so big, and I don't understand why. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure the manager knows why. I'm sure the manager knows why, because he decided that he wanted to invent this way of playing football. So because he's decided to invent this thing, I'm sure he knows why the gaps are so big. Here's my
go on. I'm listening.
It doesn't really make sense, because it's like, if you're trying to get somebody to play football automatic, as in you just want people to receive the ball and move the ball, yeah, players need to play what they can see. If the gaps are too big, you can't see anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're and you receive the ball, if the gaps are so big, you can't see anything.
Yeah. It's like when you have too much time on the ball, they say, right? You have too much time on the ball.
But this is the problem. You have too much time when you don't have an obvious pass.
The best football is when you have a player close nearest to you, and it's just like boom, 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 quick. You saw our best play was between Zirkzee and Bruno. Yeah, just so close together. Martial used to do that when he's very close to players with Rashford. They just play close. Sancho used to do that again. We said this when Sancho was here, is he needs players close to him.
Bruv, every player needs players close to them, yeah, really. You know them, I'll be honest. Like, everyone needs players close to them. Even if I'm not going to use you, I still need a player close to me, because I can use you as a diversion, as a decoy, but I still need you close to me. If I'm a winger, I need my overlapping fullback close to me, because I can use them as a decoy and cut inside, or I can play that ball down the outside and then make another run into the box. The problem with Man United is the gaps are so big. Even when you look at the pass that the goalkeeper tries to lift into the midfield, why is everyone so far away? Like, he tries to lift it over a player, but there was a good 10 yards between the nearest pass. The nearest pass shouldn't be 10 yards away, bro. Like, why are you running away from me? Why is no one close to me?
The
best football we saw, the little give and go. I think Eriksen played it into Zirkzee, flicked it into Bruno. Bruno played it back. The reason why Zirkzee and Bruno could do that is because these guys were really close together. Like, that's how you play football. When you watched how De Zerbi's Brighton play, they were always creating that third man run. There were little triangles all over the pitch. When you used to watch Arsenal play with Wenger, there was always 3 or 4 passing options.
Yeah. One touch football is the best, simplest way to kill a team.
Bro, why is it every time Manchester United players have the ball, there's no obvious pass on? The gaps are too big on the pitch, and the manager's fault. It's the manager's fault. Like, that is that. So when Mazraoui's at right centre back, but really right back with one centre back, because that's how he's building up. As soon as he slips and he loses the ball, the gap between him and the centre back, Lindelof, is so big that I think it's Garnacho running back. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, bro, how is a man running back? Bro, why is the gap so big? Why is the gap so big? You shouldn't lose the ball, on the halfway line, near the touch line, and a man can just run in a straight line all the way to the goal. Like, that means that the defense is not set up properly. Like, you can, because, bro, people slip, Fats. It happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People slip. But why did Barnes have so much space and time? Because the team's not set up properly. It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not rocket science. Like, that's never supposed to happen, bro. It's never supposed to happen. The one where man is saying Dallo should have made the challenge. He should have made the challenge. And when the ball got put into the box, there was a few people in the box. So we could have sorted that out. But at the end of the day, when you look at all the different things, even when you look at before Mazraoui slips, Ugarte receives the ball, and instead of opening up the pitch, he just passes the ball into Mazraoui, who's facing his own goal anyway. Mazraoui didn't want the ball. Ugarte just forced the pass into him because he's not good on the ball. So he can't open the pitch up. So he just said, oh, fuck it. It is Mazraoui. Let me just force the ball into him.
Yeah,
Mazraoui's already facing this way, his own goal, and we're trying to go that way. So why are you forcing the ball into a man that don't want the ball? It's because you're not competent. This is why we should have got Sander Berg, because if he received that ball, he would have just opened up his body. The ball would have gone the other side of the pitch, or he might have carried it. Ugarte can't carry the ball. Why is he our deepest player in midfield? He can't carry the ball. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, why is the manager picked him in the first place? That there's so many different problems with the system itself, which was made by the manager and who he utilizes where. Eriksen and Ugarte and not playing Bruno in there. Everyone was sure it was going to be Bruno Ugarte in the midfield or Cass and Ugarte in the midfield, but probably Bruno for the legs. And he decides to play Eriksen or a rogue Eriksen against Newcastle away. Man are saying that it's not his fault though. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean it's not his fault? Now, brother, all these mistakes came from setting up badly, bro, and also forcing this playing out from the back thing all the time.
You don't have to play out from the back all the time. You don't.
Bayinde actually had a good game yesterday, but because he made the mistake, people are gonna try and pretend like he wasn't playing well, bro. He was collecting crosses. He made some good saves. He was commanding the area. He was doing all the things that we criticize Onana for not doing, and then he makes a mistake, and now all of a sudden people are gonna go on like he never had a good game, bro.
Even you look at how Declan Rice is for Arsenal, for example. He's their deepest player midfield wise, and he's so good at carrying the ball. Whether you like Declan or not, he's so fundamental.
One of his biggest strengths is carrying the ball. He can't pass it, but he can run with it.
He can run. He'll run with it. He'll run with it. You see, lower table teams as well. They have players who'll be able to carry the ball. Even if it's just a straight line, they'll just be walking with the ball. Quite a bit. High up the pitch, just to push the team forward. Ugarte, he don't want the smoke. Basically, whenever he plays, it's just like he gets it and releases it. That's it. He's not gonna carry. Even Casemiro sometimes will carry the ball. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ugarte is not gonna do that for you. He's just not gonna do it. And the fact that we paid so much money for him, he has the odd good games, but really and truly, he needs someone next to him who's going to do the work. He's gonna just be your yellow card receiver. He's gonna carry the team's yellow cards throughout the season. That's all he's gonna do. You saw yesterday as well the yellow card that he collected because my man made a mistake, and he came and wiped him out. That's his. He's basically a Scott McTominay.
Yeah,
really and truly, he's basically a Scott McTominay. What we didn't like in Scott
Scott's
McTominay,
more technically secure.
What we did not like in Scott McTominay, Ugarte does. But because Ugarte is a new face, people are like, okay, cool. Same thing with Dogu, by the way. Dogu has been abysmal. I don't think he's been abysmal. For a left-footed player, wing back, I swear to God, I don't know what we paid for.
But I must say, bro, like
what we paid for.
Having Harry Amas on the pitch here and just doing simple things made me appreciate how much I just like technical players, bro. I can't lie, bro. Dogu was brought in because he runs. That's it. That's why the manager brought him in, because he runs, bro. The manager likes pace and power players. That's all he likes, bro. I like footballers, innit?
Yeah, he's got some size. Yeah, he's got some size. He's basically Malacia, on 100% sugar. That's what it is. You get my point, innit?
I hear
Diet Coke, full fat Coke. That's the difference. Yeah, but I'm not seeing, bro. His crosses are not pinpoint.
Malacia is better on the ball though. Malacia is more technical.
Yes.
Malacia is more technical. Malacia was technical.
I think Malacia drop shoulders, get past players, boom,
exactly.
Gone. Because he's obviously Malacia shorter as well, so he's got lower center of gravity. He's able to move sharper as well. But this Dogu, man, I'm not seeing nothing. I said to the people, I want to see Dogu get assists, bro, or at least put dangerous balls into the box where defenders are like shook. I'm not seeing that, bro. I'm not, and you can't tell me this thing, I'm not also hearing about Prem. You have to come in and adjust. Nah, bro, Mamouche ain't adjusting shit. Man, other teams are getting players. They ain't adjusting nothing. They just coming in, boom. Football When you come in your fundamental football, whipping the ball into the box, you don't need to adjust to the league for that. We don't need, yeah, you might need a bit of time to climatize, like Zirkzee needed a bit of time to climatize, and then
I don't even think Zirkzee needed time to acclimatize.
he just
Zirkzee
needed to play more, really and
he
truly.
just
He needed
needed,
to play
like
more.
I said, what did I say? He needed to feel his way into Premier League football. The
Yeah.
problem with Zirkzee's thing was, yeah, his first game was off the bench. He kept being brought off the bench, so he couldn't really get up to pace with what was expected. It's not just the speed of the game, it's the physicality, it's how to position himself. Now, I'm seeing Zirkzee out here bullying centre backs, yeah, looking for centre backs and looking for the contact and pushing people about and throwing himself about. He wasn't doing that at the beginning, but he needed to learn that he needed to add that to his game, and you can't learn that from the bench. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to be out there. You need to feel the match rhythm. You need to understand, because Zirkzee's a player. He's a rhythm player. He's not a player that, like, you're just like, yeah, he's an impact player. He's an impact player. He plays the game at his own rhythm, so he needs to find his own rhythm. And everyone's rhythm's different in a different game, in a different league, against different players, against different teams. So he needs to find his rhythm. So he needs to play. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. He wasn't playing, so he just didn't have a match rhythm. And now he's in match rhythm. He goes and he gets injured.
It's sad, man. I don't know how long he's gonna be out for. I hope it's not long, and I hope he's available for the Lyon game.
Man. It's at least 4 weeks.
Oh yeah, he's
probably a hamstring. As soon as I saw the hamstring thing, yeah, like, and because he was holding the hamstring quite high up as well, that's always a bad sign. When it's lower,
I don't know. I think maybe like he's probably played Zirkzee because he's obviously not started the last game, right? So, which is fair.
He didn't start the last 2.
Yeah, so he's probably just started him saying, "Go on, have your full 90 or whatever." Same thing with probably resting Dorgu, for example. He's thought, you're gonna play in the more important game, really, the Lyon game. So Amas, here you go. He's treated this Newcastle game like a Carabao Cup game that we do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a B team kind of thing. Because why else would Ericsson be playing next to Ugarte? Why else would Lindelof?
Yeah, that was definitely resting man for Thursday.
For Lyon. Yeah, but that's why I'm looking at this, and as angry as I am from yesterday, as upset as I am, I'm still like, you know what? He's concentrating on the Lyon game, and that's really what we want. The only bad thing here is no Zirkzee's available. The last glimmer of hope that we had is not available. His thing about Kobe Mino coming on for Bruno Fernandes as well, and Luke Shaw coming on for Mazarawi. I'm thinking, looking at him, I'm thinking the timing of the subs, the way he's integrating the players. He's brought in Kobe Mino for the last, 10 minutes, I think, if it was. I'm hoping that Kobe can play in the Lyon game. Do you know what I'm saying? He can start in the Lyon.
He won't start, bro.
I really, really hope he gets some decent minutes, because we need technically good players. Lyon, the one thing they will look from yesterday's game is, bro, if we get it on target, it's going in. Because Lyon missed about 5-6 really good chances over the bar, didn't even make the keeper work. They'll be looking at it and thinking, bro, when was the last time two back-to-back games, different keepers made a mistake 4 times? We made 4 mistakes this season from keepers in 2 back-to-back games. Remember Onana direct corner kick.
Yeah, that was against Wolves.
Next game, Bainde direct corner kick.
Oh yes.
Check. It's never happened in the history of football.
Yeah,
and then now,
something like that.
Yeah, and now Onana, Spurs, wasn't it? I think if I'm not mistaken. And then Onana made a mistake. Next game, Bainde made a mistake. It's never happened in the history of football where 2 keepers have made 4 game mistakes. Obviously, 4 times in a season. It's never happened in football. It's a mad start. Never ever happened in football. And Lyon are going to look at this and say, Onana's going to definitely come back for the Lyon game, right? Just have shots on target. That's all you got to do. Have shots on target. He will mess up. He'll have some good saves, but there will be a time when he'll mess up, because it's just what it is now. And I blame Ten Hag, bro. This is a Ten Hag key. Free Tom Heaton. Free Tom Heaton, bro. I got nothing else to. Free Tom Heaton. Even this Harry Amas lad, yeah, bro, he was getting fried yesterday.
Yeah, defensively, he wasn't at it. Like, so at some points, I wasn't even sure he was playing, but on the ball, he was doing the right things, though. He was just keeping it simple. He weren't losing it. Though.
It's not enough.
Off the ball, he was nowhere near it, though. But this is why I said, like, he's not ready, mate. Like,
the first goal, Rants. If you watch that first goal back, I don't know if you remember, Bruno, is pointing at him, saying, "Close him, squeeze him." And look at Amas. He stutters his feet and then he freezes. He literally froze where he stood. The man has the ball. He zips it into the Newcastle player. He has the ball. You're supposed to close the gap straight away, just to close the angle of the pass. He literally stands there and waits for the player to walk the ball into him. Go and check this, by the way. Go and check this. I watched that goal, the first goal, again and again and again. He freezes. Bruno's shouting and pointing like, close him, close him, close him. And then when the ball goes in, Bruno's shouting like, bro, why am I not closing in? I don't understand.
Yeah, but bro,
why
I blame the manager anyway,
the
because why are you choosing to give Harry Amas his first start, against Newcastle away? Like, do you know what I mean? It's poor management. Like, Harry Amas. Do you know what I'm saying? Newcastle away, not even at home. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's on the manager anyway, because it's clear that Harry don't understand how to play the wing-back system. He's never played wing-back before. And then you just dash man straight into a game of that magnitude. Fuck off, man. Do you know what I mean?
He had some good moments where he went forward, like 1-2 passes, some good forward moments.
On the ball, Harry Amas is a technically competent player, but off the ball, he can't sense danger. He's just like, he's not really a left back, bro. Like, he's playing at left back probably because he's not good enough to play higher up in the academy, and that's all it is.
It's not enough, bro. I'll be honest. Physically as well, I'm really sorry to say this. As great as you can be, physicality is a big part of the Prem. It might not be in other leagues, but in the Prem, it's a big part, bro. And I'm not saying you have to be built like Adama Traore, but I'm just saying Ahmad can win the ball back. Why cannot you lot? Ahmad is not, built. He's a very, very slim built, short player. And if Ahmad can win the ball back just simply because of his desire, why can you not be physical, bro? You can be a menace, even if you're small. You can actually be more of a menace because you can draw in more fouls because you're smaller, really. But I don't know why these players are not aggressive, closing the gap. Yesterday there was such a lack of mental resilience. That's what I look at it, mental resilience. I look at a couple of the players on the pitch and I feel sorry for them. This season, I feel somewhat sorry for Bruno Fernandes. I'll be real. I feel sorry for Bruno Fernandes, bro. He's telling the players, yo, close this, do that. My mans are not doing it. I feel sorry for Eriksen, by the way. Barely gets any minutes.
I kind of don't feel sorry. I kind of don't really feel sorry for a lot of these, man. I thought I did, but I
feel sorry for Euro.
You know the reason why I don't feel sorry for none of them? Because if anything, I don't feel sorry for Bruno, I don't feel sorry for Cass. I don't feel sorry for the senior players, because if I was one of the senior players, I would have a word with these players and say, listen, this manager's killing us, bro. Like, what we doing, man? I'll be honest, because hey, bro, I'm that kind of player, bro. Like, because at the end of the day, it's one of them ones where it's just like, bro, football, you're going to war. Once you step over that white line, it's us versus them, innit?
Them, yeah.
So, bro, if I know the manager's telling us to do something and it's harming us, bro, as one of the senior players, I'm saying, yo, mad them. All right, cool. This ain't working, innit? So it's a mid-block, innit? That's what it is. Bro, if the manager wants to say something to me at half-time, bro, we've mid-blocked for 45 minutes. If you want to change it at half-time, you can change it at half-time. I'll be real. You can change it at half-time, but I'll be like, yo, man, them, mid-block, bro. Like, listen, when we lose the ball, get behind the ball, innit? Like, fuck all this.
Yeah,
I'll just tell them the manager can be on the side screaming. I don't care. I'll be like, you man, mid block, bro, 4-4-2. We know how to do that. Because at the end of the day, it's one of them things where when I get punched in the face, I'm the one that's feeling it. It hurts me. It don't hurt you. This manager's standing there, in the dugout talking about, we need to think about the future, bro. You're killing us now. Why are you telling man about the future?
It was interesting when he said. It was interesting when he said we're used to losing, so and coming back in his press. I don't know if you saw that. What he said. He said we're used to losing and coming back. So Lyon game, we're looking forward to the Lyon game. We'll bounce back. He said this season you can tell by the position that we're in that we're used to, obviously losing and bouncing back. You've seen us do that, so we'll do that against Lyon, which is a not unfair statement because we are losing and bouncing back, and it's more of a mentality.
But foolishness.
But it's more of a mentality. I know you're gonna pick on the thing that there's gaps in the team when the ball isn't out of play and all of this stuff, and that is true. That is showing his lack of knowledge and lack of coaching on the team itself.
Yeah, but we have to rescue points because he's setting us up wrong in the first place. Do you understand what I'm saying,
the
bro?
grand
Like,
scheme,
it's just
though,
like, we done that under Ollie as well, bro. I remember with Ollie, we had the most points from losing positions or something like that in the league. And that's because Ollie kept setting up the team wrong. And then when he made the subs, we were just playing freestyle football and rescuing points, bro. Like, this is what we were doing, bro. Like, the game against Leon, as soon as he brought on the players that he was meant to bring on, yeah, and he brought them on too late, by the way, because them substitutions should have happened 15 minutes before, and we probably win the game. As soon as he brought on Kobe, Mount, and Zirkzee, straight away we started slapping them. Like, literally, it was like clockwork. As soon as the players stepped on the pitch, everything just upped. It just elevated. And it was the same system, it was the same formation, it was the same everything, but it was different players. So this is why when people are trying to tell me that we don't have the players here to play a certain brand of football, I laugh. I laugh because we do. We absolutely do, bro. Like, when we're getting outplayed by Everton, bro, Everton don't have better players than us, bro. They're not playing a fancy wing-back system and all that. But when we're on the pitch against Everton, Everton are popping us.
Yeah.
Everton. You can't tell me that David Moyes is coaching pretty patterns in training, because he's not. So, man need to understand, yeah, that just playing to the strength of your players, yeah, is worth its weight in gold, bro. Like, all this other shit. Like, all of these new managers, yeah, think that it's not progressive enough, yeah, or it's not woke enough, yeah, to just play players in the positions that they're supposed to play in. We have to do something special. We have to tweak something, because they have to make it about them. So I can't just play a player in the right position. I'm going to try and turn this player into this kind of player because it's going to make me look like a fucking genius, bro. just play them in the right position, bro. Now, that's all you need to do, bro. Like, we're seeing Dalot struggling at wing back. Just play him right back, bruv. Scrap your stupid wing-back system. We're seeing Mazraoui play a right centre-back here, getting isolated. Yeah, just play him as a fullback because he's a fullback. You're playing Zirkzee in the 10, playing him in the 9, playing Bruno in the 10, in the 8. This brother here, this brother there.
There's no consistency in the player's position.
Left wing centre-back, Lenny Euro. He's playing left wing centre-back because man's playing centre-back, but your centre-back's not playing in the centre. Your centre-back's playing on the wing. So is he really a centre-back? Or is he a left-back? Because, bro, your centre-backs play on the touchline. So are they really centre-backs? We can't even call them centre-backs. Do you know what I mean? Because they're not in the centre. Do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is this, bro? Like, the football's crap. Like, brother, what are we doing? Man are called wing-backs, bro. And wing-backs are supposed to get up and down the pitch. They don't get forward. They don't get forward. They don't get forward. I watch PSG play 4 at the back here, and fucking Nuno Mendes and Hakimi are in line with the offside trap, bro. As fullbacks. But our wingbacks don't get past our 10s. Our wingbacks don't get past our 10s, bro. This Brer is playing 5 defenders and 2 holding midfielders every week and wondering why we can't score goals, bro. That's it.
There's no denying. There's no denying what you say. No denying. I swear to God, no denying. It is mad. What difference will it make if I go and get a different player in the 10, a different player in a wing back? Man said we're gonna transform. They said wing back was the most pivotal player in Man United needed. We have to get a wing back in January to salvage the season.
Salvage what, bro? Salvage the season.
Bro, I said this Dogu, bro. Dogu who, man? Hey,
man, but you know what? Dogu's not really an issue. You know why?
No, because I don't like, bro. No, bro. These people in the chat.
Dogu can be a backup left back here, and he only costs like 20 mil, so it don't matter. I'm not worried about the Dogu situation because Dogu can also play in a 4 as well. So Dogu as a squad player is not bad business. But the fact that they thought that one siding was gonna mean that we could play football is crazy.
Right.
That's what I want to know, because you had him last year.
Right. Nothing, by the way. He was available. He was available. It's not like he wasn't available. I think maybe because he came back from injury, he wasn't the same, whatever as such. Or maybe he wanted, 100 sugar level, and he didn't want diet version. So he went and got Dogu. Cool, whatever it is. But the whole point was they said the man them are not getting service because Dalot can't cross. The man not getting service because this guy can't, because Mazarawi is not good going forward. All of these things we heard. Dogu comes in. Let's check how many assists Dogu got now. Let's actually check. Now I'm telling you, people have they want to nitpick and pick on the players that have been here because they're sick of watching their faces. That's what it is. At some point in your life, you get sick of your wife, bro. She cooks the same food, really good, but you're just sick of it. That's all it is. You're just sick of her face. Any little thing, you start arguing. That's what it's become with people and some of the players, bro. That Dogu come from a team I've never heard before. Dogu costs less than a BMW M5, you know.
What's wrong with you?
Dogu costs Lecce less than a BMW M5 off the showroom, and we bought him for M's. Football is a mad scam, bro. Onana went to his last club for free after his ban got lifted, and we paid 50 M's for him. Football is a mad business, bro.
You're not lying.
Football is a mad business. We're buying these players. I'm sorry, bro. They have to earn my trust. Certain man in the chat are saying, your mod, even one of your mods said, Dogu can develop based on what?
No, but he even if he does develop, Faz, even if he does develop, my thing is, yeah, why did these men think that he was gonna do anything, bro? Because here's my thing, yeah. I said
no, because they said wing back is the manager's most important
but bro,
position. We said that as well.
Yeah, but even if it is, bro, I can coach somebody, yeah, to play wing back, even if they're the wrong profile. Because at the end of the day, yeah, if there's certain jobs that need to be done, yeah, in your system, then you don't need the perfect profile of player to do it. You can get anyone to do it. It will just be done with less quality, but it will still get done. My thing is, yeah, when I'm looking at Man United play, no matter who the wing back is, none of the wing backs get ahead of the 10s, which means it's not a personnel issue. It's a coaching issue. It's a coaching issue because you can get anyone to overlap. Anyone. You literally, in the training ground, man could do a little passing drill and you can get the guys on the outside to just run all the way forward and just tell them, yo, stay on the offside track, bro. I watch Leverkusen all the time, and when you look at Frimpong and Grimaldo, these men are in line with the last defender. That's how high and wide they are. They're out wide and they're up high. Man United wingbacks, yeah, off the ball, do not get ahead of the ball. They don't go forward. They don't stretch the pitch, which means it's instruction. It's got nothing to do with personnel. It's got nothing to do with it. I don't know what this guy's coaching them, bro, but it's not good, bro.
Yeah, I was listening. I'm tired of, like, I can't lie, bro. Listen. My Portuguese dons told me to believe in him. I rang them yesterday. They said he's the guy. Believe in him. That's what they're telling me, bro. Even when he came, I saw him crouching down. You know, looking at, you know how he crouches down and looks at the game from like grass level. I got gassed. It's the truth. I got gassed. I thought three at the back will be compact with Harry Maguire in there. You know, he plays really good at three at the back. Really and truly, he's not had mad performances. He's not had bad performances. He's just been steady. But the managers decided to go with the formation and line up. He's basically doing almost what Mourinho did with the Prem. He's thrown it out the window, bro. He don't care about the Prem. Yeah, when you're playing Lindelof and Harry Amas, yeah, players and Eriksen in the middle, yeah, he's thrown it out, bro. He's thrown it out. He's simply concentrating on the Lyon game, and I hear it. You know, my thing is, why have you started Zirkzee in Newcastle game but not in Europa games, which are the more important games? Like, that's
no, because he wasn't starting Zirkzee on Thursday, bro. He was starting Rasmus.
I know, yeah, that's
Bruno and Garnacho. That's what he was starting. He wasn't starting Zirkzee, bro. And then that's why it's sad that Zirkzee got injured, because Zirkzee had a run of games where he was starting and he was fit. And as soon as you bench him for 2 games and then he comes back into the starting lineup, he gets injured. Could be coincidence, could be. But when players are playing regularly, they tend to not get those injuries. They tend to not get them. It's when it's the stop-start thing. Because he was getting a nice bit of form and he was good. And he was playing deeper. So he was doing more running when he was playing in midfield before. And then you take him out the game a couple of times, all of a sudden, then he's back in injured. Could just be a coincidence. But I just don't like the coincidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just don't like it. Especially because he was one of our better players, bro. And to answer this, man saying, do I really want him gone? Bro, I've said it a million times. In the summer, they have to pull the trigger. I'm not saying get rid of him now. Do you know what I'm saying? My stance is still exactly the same as it was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I said, listen, unless he wins the Europa Cup, the Europa League in the summer, they should pull the trigger no matter what. Because he's already shown me nothing that I can take from this season, copy and paste it into next season. I've seen nothing. I've seen nothing, bro. So even with a preseason, and some new players, bro, you're making fundamental problems for yourself. You're not showing me basic coaching, bro. Like if I sat down with Ruben Amorim and I said, all right, bro, you got 1 minute. Explain to me your system and your football philosophy. You couldn't explain it to me in 1 minute because it's a load of bollocks. Because, bro, he should be able to super simplify it and say, yo, this is what we're trying to do, boom, boom, boom. When I look at that team play football, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing nothing. I'm not seeing high and wide wing backs. I'm not seeing attacking wing backs because he's playing defensive players there. The only thing I know that he does, is the centre backs play high and wide, bro, in build up. I know that because that's where Maz was when he lost the ball. That's about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, other than that, I don't know what else we're doing. I don't know where the 6 or the 8 are supposed to be in build up. I don't know where the 10s are supposed to be in build up because Garnacho's on the wing and then Bruno's wherever he wants to be. There's no structure here. So when I'm looking at your style of play, I'm not seeing anything that's happening repeatedly, no matter who the player is. If you've got a proper system, if you have a proper system, there's certain things that don't change no matter who's in that position. I can't see that in this team. I can't see this in this team because when Bruno's in the 10, Bruno still plays in the 8 and the 6 anyway. He goes where he wants. He doesn't keep the shape. He doesn't stay up the pitch. And then when Garnacho plays in the 10, he plays on the touchline. He doesn't play in between the lines.
Yeah.
When Kobe plays in the 10, he plays in between the lines. He doesn't play out wide.
Out wide, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Cass plays in the double pivot with Bruno, he doesn't pick up the same positions that Ugarte picks up. Bro, I see Ugarte running down the right wing, bro. And he meant to be our 6. So I don't know what the fucking thing is. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Why is Ugarte overlapping down the right wing, bro? Why?
But don't forget, we've seen similar things where we've seen Bruno Fernandes go next to the centre back and play the ball out.
Yeah, but this is the point. So what's he coaching them?
Someone said, bro, I'd rather see Kobe false 9 than Rasmus. Never been. Hey, when he did that, that was crazy.
I would still rather see Kobe false 9 instead of Rasmus Højlund, bro. Listen, if Marino can play up front.
Yeah, but to be fair, that game, he hit the post, remember? That game, Kobe hit the post.
Play Kobe false 9. I don't want to see Rasmus Højlund, bro. Like, the way that Zirkzee drops into the midfield or whatever, bro. Play a midfielder there, bro. Or obviously Mason Mount there. I do not want to see Rasmus Højlund playing at all, bro, because he offers nothing. I'd rather we have an extra midfielder in the midfield and have no striker than have Rasmus, because we're playing with a man down when he plays up front. We might as well play an extra player. We might as well, bro. I'll be honest. Dominate the midfield. Dominate somewhere. Dominate somewhere.
There's just such lack of coaching overall on the pitch. It's so inevitable, and the players just look like they themselves are confused. Really and truly, they look confused half the time.
Yeah, but did we not bring? And this is the reason why, I'm being so direct here with the situation with this manager, is because he was supposed to be different. We brought this guy in because he was supposed to be the guy to get more out of the players that we had. That is why. Like, we didn't bring this manager in, because we believed, that we're just going to keep him here. We're going to go backwards and we're going to give him his own players. We didn't do that, because if we were going to do that, we'd have just brought him in the summer. I don't care what anyone else has to say on that subject, because certain people are saying, oh, it's a free hit. It's not a free hit, because my common sense tells me, with the owners we have, these men wouldn't have taken a financial hit on sacking Ten Hag, having to sort out compensation for all of Ten Hag's staff and Ruud van Nistelrooy, who they also didn't keep. It would have been cheaper to keep Ruud to the end of the season because he was already under contract. So the fact that they got
but Ruud is also messing up, by the way.
No, but Ruud is in a shit team, bro. Like Ruud in this team would have been fine.
Yeah, but so is Everton. Everton's not a brilliant team, and
but the difference is Ruud van Nistelrooy at this club, just the whole Man United legend be friends with the players could have just done a Di Matteo thing and just got through the rest of the season, like no problem, just on vibes, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Just on pure vibes and handshakes with Casemiro, he could have won games. He could have won games. I have no doubt. And if Ruud's still there,
no, but then you can't say that. Yeah,
no, I'm telling you. And if Ruud is still there, Rashford and Anthony are probably still there as well, bro.
Yeah, because he's
is still there.
He's a player, isn't he? He's a players manager.
But that's what I'm saying. So we would have had a better squad as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Ruud would have just not. He would have not made nothing complicated. He would have just given everyone hugs and spudded everyone before training, and we would have just won games, bro. That's what would have happened. So when you look at the situation now, Ineos have spent money to bring in a manager that they thought could get better out of the current players, that were here. Everyone's making excuses, but they're chatting out their ass. Because why would Ineos have spent money that they wouldn't have had to spend in the summer if they didn't think that this manager, who was 4 points off top 4, by the way, when he came in, if they didn't think he was the bollocks? They thought he was the bollocks, mate. They thought this guy was going to come in and he was going to have us playing, some next level football, and he was going to raise the level at the club. That's what they thought. I don't care what anyone says, bro. When man's saying, like, there's going to be storms or whatever, bro, listen, they didn't bring you in for no fucking storm, bruv. They brought you in to upturn the fortunes of this football club immediately, bro. They didn't bring you in for next season. They brought you in for now. Because if they were going to bring you in for next season, when you said to them, I want to come at the end of the season, why would they have said to him, it's all or nothing, it's now or never? Because, bro, why are they going to tell him it's now or never if they brought him in for next season, Faz? Tell me that.
They thought well, then that's Ineos' fault, isn't it?
No. But answer the question, because some people seem to think that this is a free hit. Do you know what I mean? So if they think this is a free hit, then why wouldn't they have given the free hit to Ruud? Because that would have been cheap. Or given the free hit to Ten Hag. That would have been cheap. It would have been cheaper to just give Ruud the free hit because he had all the players. He had all the players on side. So give Ruud the free hit. And then at the end of the season, no matter where we end up with Ruud van Nistelrooy, he's getting sacked anyway. We give him a hug. We say thank you. Similar to what Chelsea done with Lampard when they had a transfer ban. We knew as soon as Chelsea could spend money, Lampard was getting fucked off anyway. He was a stopgap. So you could have kept Ruud van Nistelrooy. He could have been our Frank Lampard for the season, just to kind of get the lads through the season. And then, do you know what I mean? Handshake. Cheers, man. I mean, you done the job no one else wanted to do. X, Y, Z. Do you know what I'm saying? That's it. And then we go get Ruben in the summer. The reason why they went and they paid that money right now is because this is not a free hit, Faz. This is extreme failure. This is failure, Faz. No one wants.
No, you're not lying because
no one wants to say he's failing, bro.
It's the most logical thing. If you want to do a free hit, you do the Lampard thing. Keep Ruud, keep the top reds happy, keep the fans happy, keep the players happy. Everybody, like Ruud is basically ride out the storm, steady the ship. End of the season, we go get AMORIM because he wants to come end of the season. They pulled him out of his job by force almost. Middle of the season, not for a free hit. No way, not for a free hit. No. Because Man United's always like there has to be every club's base expectation, isn't it? Like your base expectation is come give us Champions League football because we've got 50 other
4 points
sponsors.
off, Baz.
Yeah,
4 points off Champions League football, and he's meant to be the bollocks. He was meant to be the next Jose.
Hottest thing on the market. Yeah, he's the hottest thing in the market.
They thought that they had made an absolute signing that they couldn't, they could not let this opportunity pass. They saw
Like this was
This is what they saw it as. They
but
saw
we agreed. No, but we agreed that if Ten Hag left at the time that when Ten Hag left at the time that he left, is bygone be bygone. done is done. We agreed, me and you, that Ruben's age was perfect, profile was perfect, his accolades were perfect, his CV's great. But the fact is, new information, he's crumbling. It can happen, innit?
But
Just
bro,
like
it's
when we
but
got
bro,
rid of-
but bro, it's not even new information. It's like, brother, we're seeing what's in front of us and we're commenting on it. The same way Andre Villas-Boas, yeah, won the European title, yeah, and went to Chelsea and then he got sacked within 6 months, bro. And then he went to Tottenham and got sacked there as well, bro. So it's one of them ones where, like, we've seen it with De Boer at Crystal Palace as well. Just because you do well somewhere, it doesn't guarantee success somewhere else, especially in the Premier League. The Premier League is a different ball game. It's not just about being a good coach in the Premier League. It's about being able to adapt to the very, very different style in the Premier League, bro. It's very different. And it's not just a different style, yeah. It's different styles. Because the Premier League, in terms of managers, probably has the most different nationalities of managers, yeah, in one league, bro. There's so many different styles. There's so many different
philosophies,
ideas of football. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, every manager is a completely different puzzle.
and you don't know who can punch up who, bro. Just
Yeah.
you don't know. Look at Wolves, bro. Look, like, what kind of football do Wolves play?
4 in a row. I think they got 4 wins in a row.
Bro, Wolves football is crazy entertaining, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm looking at Wolves, yeah, and I'm thinking, broski, and also, by the way, this is something that you said, the league is concussed, the league is fucked this season, excuse my French. 4 wins in a row, yeah, that's 12 points, and they're still below Spurs.
Yeah,
that's just that like they're still 16th. 4 wins in a row, bro.
So that tells you how bad they started.
4 wins in a row for Villa, and they're still not top 4.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's just the league is all a bit mad, like all a bit mad. But Wolves, the football that they play, yeah. What's the manager's name? Vita Pereira, I think. Bro, he's
something like that. Yeah, I seen him out in the pub with the fans and that. Like, I see the picture of that, bro. He's living life, bro.
How is he? See it. How has he just turned this team into some mad team? But then again, they play.
And he doesn't have his own players either.
Bottom table. They've got bottom table. Brother,
they smoked Spurs 4-2, bro. We couldn't beat Spurs.
But he's somewhat of an established Portuguese manager, innit? He's had success with Porto, innit?
He's a good manager, but the point is, he beat Spurs. We couldn't do that. So we can say, oh yes, the fixtures, but our first fixture was Ipswich, bro. The manager drew with Ipswich.
And he ain't no big name, by the way. He's not had a crazy CV. He's been in Turkey, he's been in Saudi. He's not got a mad CV, by the way. He's not got a mad CV by any means. And he's come to the Prem and he's just blitzing past teams. Yeah, of course, he's got some really good players, but he's making things out of these players. And he also plays in a back three. Plays in a back three.
Yeah, but that's because that's Wolves' they only hire back three managers.
I'm making it work.
Yeah, they only hire back three managers because back three is their thing. From when Nuno was there, Nuno played a back three with them. And from then, I think they've always played a back three since then because that's their thing now. And bro, like it's just one of them things where apparently you need your own players to play.
Same with Nuno, by the way. Forest. It's come in again, a manager that was already in the league left, come back and blitzing through everyone. Just blitzing through everyone. Very boring football in some sense, you know, very old school, low block, sit back and just counter. Use the strengths of the current players that he has based on the funds that he was given, based on the recruitment the club do. He's making crazy performances, getting crazy performances out of the team. You can't deny that. That's the saddest part. That's when you really look at your manager and say, why are they able to get more out of less and we're not able to get more out of more?
Yeah, but this is the point, bro. Is that not how you judge a good coach? Being able to get more out of less?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. But then people are going to say to me, yeah, but wait, we're just giving better players. Well, obviously, if we give him better players, he's going to get better results, bro. But that doesn't change the underlying issue.
Yeah.
Is that he should be doing better with what he has.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just my last glimmer of hope is Europa. That is all it is. If Europa
Without Zirkzee, I can't see us
winning,
I can't see us winning any Europa, mate. Like, I'll be honest. Even if we get past Leon, which we should, even without Josh, yeah, I can't see us winning this without him, bro. He was our one creative our creative spark, our little bit of difference, and then Ahmad was supposed to come back and then join that. Him and Ahmad together would have.
I think Ahmad apparently plays Europa League final if we get there. I've heard.
Yeah, they said that he's training on grass today.
Yeah, he's coming. Yeah, you look at some of these players; they're gonna think as well. If Kobe wants to take his, career very, very serious, which I'm sure he does, he's gonna look at this manager and say, "Well, if you're gonna stay in this club, I'm gonna leave, bro. I ain't signing nothing."
I don't think this guy's staying, bro. I don't think he's staying, man. I'll be honest. It's one of them ones where it's gonna become untenable, bro. Even if they keep him, yeah, in the summer, and they shouldn't, by the way, they shouldn't, because they should sack him in the summer and go. And in the summer, you've got your choice of all the managers. Right now, yeah, like you look in the league, you've got Marco Silva and you've got Iraola in this league. Like, if they're serious, they have to go get one of them two, really. Do you know what I mean? If they're serious, like, they have to. It's not even, you get me? So it's one of them. And bro, Fulham could even get Europe, by the way. Do you know what I'm saying? So
mad, innit?
Yeah. So it's just one of them ones where they have to go and get one of them two from in the Premier League. And also they need to start buying players from within the Premier League, as well as hiring a manager from within the Premier League. This is what they need to do. But when I'm looking at the squad that we have, I can't see us winning this Europa, bro. I really can't. Where the goals gonna come from, Faz?
Bruno, that's the only thing. I literally say Bruno Fernandes now. That's it. I honestly think that's as mad and sad as it sounds.
Not Bruno in the 10. Bruno in the 10 is not gonna get us no goals, bro. Like, Bruno's best performances have been in the double pivot this season, bro.
Or one of the centre backs. Bro. Lenny Euro had some mad corner kick or something. That's it. That's all we got. That is all we got. We'll get a goal from somewhere. We'll get one goal. I feel like we'll get one goal from somewhere. Some mistake, some movement. We'll get one goal. But can we? Is that enough for us to win the game against Leon? Is the biggest question. Is that enough?
It's true. It's true.
I don't think it's enough.
I just don't. I just don't know. Once we get past them, I can't see us getting any further, and that's not even a guarantee we get past them.
Yeah, but Bilbao Rangers drew as well, so that'll be a tough game. Seeing what happens, I think if we get Rangers, I'm not trying to disrespect Rangers, but it should be an easier run to the final.
No,
if we get Bilbao, it'll be long.
Big up everyone inside, man. Big up everyone for interacting with the show. I am gonna read out the super chats, man. They've been flying in, but you know me, I like to make sure that the show flows and that so we don't really break it up too much. This thing, he said, I think that some heads need to roll for this selection. Let them know no more. Bro, you know what's mad? I said in my match reaction as well, Omar Barada, yeah, big man thing. You're in trouble, my brother.
That's your guy.
You're in trouble. Omar,
that's your guy.
Brother, you see me? I gave Omar Barada the benefit of the doubt purely from the standpoint, that he was involved at Manchester City. Yeah, Manchester City was a very well-oiled machine, bro. Even though it's a different job, because he'd been somewhere and he'd seen success, it shows me that he's built for what it takes to be successful. But that doesn't mean that he should have been the man making the decision to bring in Ruben Amorim, because he's effectively, he's not a sporting director. He's not a football director. Do you know what I'm saying? Like someone like Jason Wilcox, it would have, even if Wilcox was involved in the decision, Wilcox probably should have been the man to choose the manager, knowing now, who was available. Probably should have been Jason Wilcox. It shouldn't have been Barada. All these things were saying that the Barada was the one who wanted Amorim, maybe because Amorim and Man City, there could have been some sort of talk, bro, because Amorim's brethren from Sporting's gone to Man City, Viana. So maybe he saw that Man City were interested in him and he said, you know what, Man City have done their research on Amorim already. I've got some data on him. I think he's a good prospect. We're going to try get there first. But he shouldn't really, in hindsight, and they say hindsight's 2020, in hindsight, he shouldn't have been the guy to make that decision. A footballing man should have made that decision. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is why you have to respect Edwards at Liverpool, because he's the footballing man, and he said no. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is why Liverpool have won what they've won in recent years, and they've challenged the way they've challenged, because ultimately their footballing men know better than our footballing men.
Listen, Ineos got to answer for their crimes, G, because they gave us best window and then hired the manager, and now we got to see how they kind of clear out the squad. If they, like I said earlier on the show, if they really believe that this guy is the guy, and obviously they are having conversations with him behind the scenes, he's having to answer to them. Don't forget, he's gonna have to answer to them for these results, and not being in Champions League football, losing out on the money from Champions League football. If we lose the Europa, I think if we lose the Europa, that's when they really have a strong think that this was the right decision. Someone's got to get sacked for that. Someone's got to get sacked for that. If we lose out on Champions League football, someone's got to get sacked for that.
100%. But you know what it is, one thing I have to say though, one thing I have to say, because everyone's blaming Ineos and all these other things. At the end of the day, I don't know the exact stat, but most businesses, when they start up, they tend to fail, innit? Like, the thing is, the one thing about trying to fix Manchester United is that there's so many things wrong with the club, and when you're trying to fix things in public, everything you do gets scrutinized. Do you know what I'm saying? Everything gets scrutinized, because my thing is with Ineos, I'm okay with them making mistakes, if there's method to the madness. Do you see what I'm saying? So they brought in Omar Barada. It seemed like a very good appointment on paper, based on the fact that he was at Man City, this, that, and the other. But then if they sack him and they go and get someone better, I'm not saying that they failed, because I understand the thought process behind hiring him in the first place, if that makes sense. The same thing goes with Ashworth. I understood the reasoning behind hiring Dan Ashworth, because of what he's done in this country with the FA, and because of his knowledge of the league. It made a lot of sense to hire someone like him, even though it didn't work out and him and Omar didn't get on. In theory, I understand the reasoning behind it. I will not penalize them if it didn't work out, because I like the thought process. Like, even if you got the wrong answer and you show the working out, bro, you might get half a mark, bro. They get half a mark for that. So if it turns out that Amorim's not right, and they sack Amorim and they sack Barada, I'll have more respect for them, having made the mistake, because I believe that the mistake came from the right place.
But you can't excuse them
but you can excuse the mistake if you can.
It's rectified.
If you rectify it ruthlessly. Do you understand? As soon as you realize you've made a mistake, you cut ties, bro. And then I can say, you know what? Because that's what business is. Like, in business, you try loads of different things. It's the same with marketing, bro. You might have the same product, and sometimes that's why people rebrand. Because people are like, oh, you know what? I tried to sell this thing. It's not really selling. Maybe we made some mistakes with this. We're going to tweak a few things, and then we're going to rebrand it, and we're going to market it again. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to do that. But the difference is you have to be ruthless. As soon as you realize something isn't working, you have to just say, fuck it. Man, have to cut ties now. Accept you made a mistake and cut ties. When you start feeling sorry for yourself, keeping man there, and then trying to make things better when you know that he's the problem, you're showing me that you're not ruthless enough to be successful, bro. Like, people make mistakes. Even look at City in the early days, bro. Before these owners came in, City had the other owners. You know the ones there, bro. Them man had Mark Hughes as the manager. They had bare different managers. They were signing bare players, bro. And a lot of their players weren't really hitting, bro. And they just kept spending. When Pep came in, he signed a goalkeeper. It didn't hit, so he signed another one. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like this is what man have to do. Man just have to just keep throwing things out there until it works, bro. Like, man
Yeah,
can't just be like, oh, we made a mistake, so everyone's shit. Nah, bro. You have to keep trying, bro. But there has to be method to the madness, bro. There has to be method. It can't be the scattergun approach. It can't be that.
Europa League, man, for me. That's the only way. Europa
Like,
League, man.
what if they keep him until next season? What's the point? Because then if you end up sacking him in the middle of the season, you end up in the same situation as this season where you're having to pay extra money to get someone out of a contract. And then you're bringing in someone in the middle of the season that has then he doesn't have his own players.
It's basically really and truly the same thing as Eric happened. He won the FA Cup, got kept because people begged. And then, yeah, but your assessment has to be fair for the business runners as well. The people who are running the business.
Sack him in the summer, bro. If you don't sack him in the summer, you can't sack him mid-season. You have to give him the season. I don't see the point in sacking him mid-season, yeah, after giving him a window and a pre-season, bro. If you're going to sack him, you do it in the summer, or you stick with him until the end of the season, period. Because we don't want to do the Ten Hag thing all over again. You're showing me you haven't learned.
Let's see what they do. It really comes down to Ineos this summer, what they're gonna do and how they're gonna sell some of these players. Are they gonna be ruthless enough? Like, I saw reports that they didn't sell Garnacho because they were scared of the fan reaction. Like, this is sad, man.
I don't believe that though.
This type of shit is sad.
Now
Garnacho's valuation is down.
Though.
Sorry?
Napoli came out and said he asked for too much money though. So
yeah,
I don't believe it's no fan.
But again, that's still the club's fault. The club should have stepped in and said, right, we're not gonna do that. We've got an offer here, so let's actually just take the offer because we understand that the player's not good enough for us. But now look, why didn't the club and the footballing men in the club, including the manager, look at it and say, right, okay, actually let's cash in because it'll help us instead, and keep him. Everybody has to be held accountable because everybody plays their part in making the final decision. These men decided to keep him, thinking that he's gonna come good, and then now he's not coming good. And now his valuation is probably lower than what it was in January as well.
Yep.
He ain't gonna get sold for anywhere near that money in summer. That's if we even sell him. We even sell him. You know, I'm hearing that he's put his house up for sale because he wants to downsize or whatever. But I don't know, bro.
I don't know about all that, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to downsize.
And now there's rumors coming out saying that Nike ain't renewing his contract. I don't really know what's going on with that, bro.
Yeah, because Skechers, but that could be that Skechers just offered him more bread.
Yeah, they probably did offer him more bread because I think Alanga's with them minute and they got Harry Kane, so they're trying to build their roster and Nike anyway. Nike are trying to cut their roster. They only want like the more elite players. They don't want the
up and coming. They used to do the up and coming thing. They don't do that anymore.
They don't do that no more. They don't need to, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because Nike are heavy in basketball and other sports. They don't need this football money. Football money to Nike is peanuts. So
they don't and also I think for Nike they want players that are represented in the world stage a lot more. You know, the global, like the World Cups, the international cups, a lot more. Because I seen this thing where Nike want athletes who are represented in the World Cup, because the last few players who have been winning the World Cup have been, was it Adidas or Puma or something like that?
Probably Adidas.
Yeah. So Nike, that's like their main thing. They want the players who are winning trophies to be wearing their shit, really.
Yeah, facts, man. Big up everyone. We're gonna read these super chats now. Big up everyone for sending them in, man. Show's been flowing, man. Yeah, Skechers, Harry Kane's their main ambassador, so Harry Kane moved over there first, and they've had loads of other people in it. Man said, I'm beyond done with AMORIM, his tactics, a circus, no structure, no clue, just vibes. A TED Talk nonsense makes Ollie look like Prime Ferguson. It's true. This season's a horror show. Rude clears him. Man said he needs his own players to play his style. We've seen enough of his garbage football. We can't even make it work with what's available. Time to go. It's facts, bro. Like, the thing is, you should be like, bro, like the best example we can always use is Louis van Gaal, bro. Like, never got the players he wanted. And even with the youth team players, he was able to show us a very clear structure, a very clear style of play that worked no matter who played. Even if the quality might not have been there, this brother had Fosu Mensah, playing flipping right centre back here in a free back, like balling, like, you know what I mean? Man had Smalling balling. I mean, this guy had Darmian overlapping down the outside, and like, bro, this guy had Luke Shaw running by himself, because he couldn't overlap, bro. So we had him training by himself because he said, you know what, the demands of my wing backs are that you need to get touchline, like base to base. You need to be able to get to both sides of the pitch. And he had these men running. He made it very, very clear that you needed very specific attributes here to play in each position in the team. That's what a proper coach does. Do you know what I'm saying? And this manager's not doing anything of the sort. Big up RJ for the super chat. Facts, bro. Joe Linton, Tonali, and bro, them man were bullying, man. That's exactly what it was. What Joe Linton done to Garnacho yesterday, it looked like, you know, when man are carrying a ute in the car seat, blood, and man are just holding man with one hand. Bro, he's just holding man with one hand, you know, like he was a newborn baby in a car seat, bro. That's what he done. That's what he done to Garnacho. There was no eye contact, bro. He was just holding him like this, and he was just on the ball, and he was just holding him. He didn't even turn his head to see like if man was there. It was some joke thing, bro. Like it was mad disrespectful. I'll be real. Normally, if you're in a shoulder to shoulder with a player, you look over or something. The guy didn't even turn his head. I was like, bro, you're taking the piss. Like, there's no respect. You didn't even respect man enough to turn and look and see where he was. He didn't give a toss. Do you know what I mean? So I can't lie, bro. Like, yeah, man, it was men versus boys, man, for sure. So,
yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt, from physicality aspect, from tactical aspect, it was just it was
a mad thing. Yo, my guy, the show with Don is next, innit? We're redirecting there, bro. So you probably should have dropped that in that show. Man said, ask him why he doesn't want the manager gone. Made Palmer worse. He's playing left 10 when he's right winger, played center. But yeah, bro. Listen, if you're in the chat, copy and paste this, like just in a normal chat. I'll read it out again, bro. You're spot on because we need to speak to Don about this manager, bro. Because I can't lie, Chelsea dropped points again, looking like top four's looking spooky for Chelsea right now, bro. Like they might end up finishing sixth after all that chat from Don. So I don't know. We're definitely gonna be discussing. You know,
I don't think Chelsea make top four. I don't think Chelsea make top four.
They don't. They don't make top four. They don't.
No, they got some tough games. They got Fulham, tough. Everton, really tough. Liverpool, impossible. Newcastle, flipping out, no point. Man United, draw, and then Forest, they're not going to win that. It's finished for them. They need to worry about Europa or Conference, bro. At this point, if they even get any Europe, they're finished. The only great hope is that Cole Palmer decides to just turn on the heat, really.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that can save them. I keep saying it again and again. I'm watching Chelsea game over the weekend. I said Nicholas Jackson is the most overrated player that there can be. I absolutely think he's
I don't think Jackson's overrated. A lot of people don't rate Jackson, bro.
Scrub. Total scrub. I'm glad he don't play for Man United. I'm so glad he don't play for Man United.
Hey, bro, listen, he walks into our team though. So
not over Zirkzee.
No, not over Zirkzee. Of course
not. Over Zirkzee.
I'm talking about Garnacho. Relax. You know what? That is what it is, man.
He's so bad. He's so bad. It's actually abysmal. How can you be a professional footballer? Have molded boots designed for your feet. Even the Greek gods didn't have molded shoes. Yeah, you have molded boots, and from point blank range you miss. From point blank range, you missed. Nah, and not once. No, bro. You know, sometimes like the way Onana messes up, the way Nicholas Jackson misses. You know, sometimes I look at these players, yeah, and I say, you know, when they were young, their parents didn't flog them enough. You know, when you are flogged in life, yeah. Like, you know, when you have opportunity to score, to make a good situation, bad situation to good, you're not going to mess up.
You're a madman.
Some of these players not been flogged when they were young, bro. They weren't flogged. How are you telling me you're messing up point blank range? Not once. How many times? No chance, bro. I've seen Guirassy play football, yeah, over the weekend against Bayern. I'm seeing him do Joga Bonito in the box. He's been flogged when he was young. Because he saw that. I said, bro, I can't mess this up, man. My villagers are relying on me, bro. My ancestors are relying on me. Nicholas Jackson don't care about his ancestors, bro. He don't care about his ancestors, bro. The way
an absolute madman.
It's painful to watch.
Hey, bro, listen. I understand your.
Sometimes you look at footballers, you look at them, the way they play, they look like they grew up rich.
No, I get it, no, bro. Listen, I understand your gripe with Jackson, but I think that Chelsea have bigger problems than Nico, bruv, personally. So I don't know. Ricardo, listen, yeah.
Big up freedom
It's not
fighter as well, innit?
big up
Big
for the
as well.
super chat, Ricardo. What I don't think the Prem has anything to do with teams with no pace. It's teams that are not direct. The thing is, the way that Amarin plays, because he likes to play this with loads of gaps and the man for man system, the easiest way, to break down systems like that is to be really direct and just play directly in between the lines, move the ball quickly. And if you remember, when we smashed Leeds, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, remember when McTominay turned into like prime flipping Rui Costa, like it was that quick direct football, quick transition in between the lines. We smashed Leeds. And when you play against these teams that play high press man for man and they leave loads of gaps, if you move the ball really quickly in between the lines, you kill them, bro. It's not even necessarily the pace of the players, it's the pace of how you move the ball. A lot of teams that have slow build up, you can play that way. And in Portugal, it's probably like that. Loads of teams want to play out from the back and they want to build up slowly and do all these other things, bro. In the Premier League, man, any team that moves the ball back to front quickly, is going to cut us up, bro. And that's exactly what happens to us on a weekly basis. So, yeah, man, it's just one of those ones. Like tactically, everything that this manager knows football to be doesn't work here. And instead of him adjusting and bringing the defensive lines closer together, he's watching us go out there and die every week. That's what's happening. So it is what it is, man. And to wrap, shout out Craig. I really wanted it to work with Amarim, but if we lose the next 2 games out of Europe and 17th, he's gone. You would think so, but he's speaking like he's got to be given the summer anyway. I hope that that's not the case. The one thing I would say is if they do keep him in the summer, it tells me, that we have bigger things to worry about than even Ruben Amorim, because you cannot keep a manager after a season like this. You simply can't. Do you know what I mean? If he doesn't win a trophy and he finishes 16th in the league or something like that, how can you actually legislate for keeping him, and not just him, his staff as well, his staff of bloody 30-year-olds?
It's long, man. Europa League, bro. Europa League, man. That's all I'm saying to you, Europa League.
Got to fuck them off, mate. Do you know what I mean? Because I'd rather give better players to a better manager, because we're going to be getting rid of players anyway. You know? So for me, he's got to go, man. You guys, make sure you subscribe to Planet Faz. The link is in the title. Let them know what you got coming up. We're redirecting to footy talk with Don people. What you got coming up, Faz?
I'll be live later on in a couple of hours. I'm going to the gym, then I'll be live later on in a couple of hours, just regular streams. Yeah, just regular streams every day, really. Watch alongs all over the weekend and stuff. So that's that's me, man.
So that's it, man. So yeah, man. Big up everyone inside. Make sure you subscribe to Planet Faz. Rob, he's only a few hundred away from a milestone. What is it, 30K?
Yeah, 30K. I'm like 200 away.
Yeah, a couple hundred. That's what I'm saying. So you lot, make sure that you subscribe to Faz, man, because man's about to hit 30K. Do you know what I'm saying? And 30K was probably my favorite milestone, bro. That was the one. When I hit 30K, that's when I felt like
it's a mad number, though. Why would you think that's a milestone?
You know why? Because when I hit 30,000, that is when it started feeling real to me. That's when the money started looking like money, and you get me. And that's what it was. It was the 30,000, bro. When the 30,000,
have you got your plaque yet?
Nah, bro, I ain't even ordered it. I'll be honest, but it's fine anyway. Like I just drew it onto the green screen. I got a background with a plaque in it instead, bro. Like I don't need the real thing, bro. It's long, bro. I ain't got no time for that.
How do you live life like this,
bro? Listen, I don't need it, bro. Like, look, bro, look at my plaque here, bro. In the corner there. You get me? Right there, bro. Man just put it in the background. Like, it's fine. I don't need the real thing, bro. It's fine. Bro, listen. When I type in the chat, there's a tick there. I don't need no fucking plaque, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all right, bro. You know what I mean?
You're a very interesting character, you know. You're very interesting. You're so nonchalant. Like,
I don't need it, bro.
I think there's a picture of you next to nonchalant in the dictionary, because it's just like crazy, isn't it?
I don't about need it, man. Do you know what I mean? It's just plastic, man. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter, bro. My community's here. That's my plaque, bro.
True. Like,
I'm live every day. These guys are here every day. That's my plaque, bro. You
The
know
only person I could,
you know the man
only...
that's got 500,000 subs, Faz, and they go live and there's 10 man in the chat, bro. Come
on. See them,
bro. Bro, what we doing? I don't need no plaque, man.
I see them.
Oh, listen, I don't need no plaque, man.
Bro, I see them, bro.
You know what I mean? Come on,
bro.
Man.
Yesterday, yeah, on my cooking show yesterday, I was saying like I had like 150 people. I was like, imagine me doing a show, doing this, what I do right now, live in front of 150 people. Is a lot of people, you know.
It is.
To feed 150 people, to cook for 150 people. I couldn't serve them. I said I just have to throw food in their mouth, you know, like they do in Bangladesh. Like they just be dashing the food, like.
Yeah, no, I hear
I
it,
just
bro.
have to be just dashing the food at the mandim like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I mean.
But you're now the only person I can compare you to, yeah, is you know them monks in the mountains.
Yeah.
Like them man don't shower, they don't care about nothing.
Hey, bro, them man are living a great life. I'm sure they do shower though.
Bro, they don't care about nothing in life. No money, no sister, no nothing can you know get them out of this zone. And you're like the same, pretty much. What difference is it from you to them? They just got longer hair.
Yeah, maybe. But monks are bald, bro. So how could they have longer hair than me, bro?
No, some monks, they don't shower in it, so their hair is like long.
They don't have, bro. Listen, I don't know, Faz. But fair enough. You know what I'm saying? You lot though, they'll big up everyone inside.
So is this Rants' life? Like wake up, go gym, stream, don't care about nothing. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much. And eat steak. You know what I'm saying?
What do you do for entertainment? Like what do you do for entertainment?
This is entertainment. This is entertainment. I've laughed many times in the last hour and a half, bro. And I got another show. Do you know what I mean? And then we got Band Sports who's live tonight as well, 8 o'clock, people. So
safe.
You know what I'm saying? So there's plenty of entertainment in my life, bro. Do you know what I mean? And by the way, there's no shows tomorrow. Well, I'm doing a watch along tomorrow, but I'm not doing no shows tomorrow because my birthday. I'm out. So
whoa, you can't just drop this sort of information.
What information?
It's your birthday tomorrow.
It's the same day every year, bro.
Wow.
So yeah, so
Rants celebrates birthdays.
I'm not celebrating my birthday, but my sister's in the country, so I'm going to her house and she's gonna have a barbecue. She's cooking me food or something. So yeah, that's it. So I'll be doing a watch along in the evening.
No. Why are you
my 1 o'clock show?
It's just any other day. Why are you breaking your discipline and celebrating your 40th?
Bro, I'm not 40, bro. What's man talking about? By the time I'm 40, bro, I can't lie. I might be too rich to even be live. I might just retire. I'll be real. By the time I'm 40, bro, my money will be making me money. I might not even be asked to be live no more. You know them ones. I'll be real. I might not be bothered. I might just have 4 clips channels, bro, just on rotation and just be chilling. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not 40, man. I got a good few years left. So stop adding years onto my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
but big up everyone inside. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna be back, but I'm definitely doing a watch along tomorrow. But my 1 o'clock show I ain't doing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be out in the afternoon with my sister and that, and my nephews and that. So I'll be back here in the evening. You get me? So big up everyone. Redirecting to the next show.